All right, so who wants to give me a recap from last week?
We were in the Shadowfell. The bartender came and took Rothgar away. Then he took us to where Moonflower was. Moonflower had been talking to the locals and was off to find the princess, believing that the princess might be able to help her find her way back to us. We wound up marching off trying to find the princess anyway, on the theory that that might be the Lich Queen. We came across a living gate, or a gate with a giant face in it. It made us perform a bunch of tasks that we were all bad at, or maybe that was just my characters. But eventually we succeeded in getting to the other side of the wall. On the other side of the wall, we met the third messenger from the Lich Queen, who confirmed that the puppet is in fact the actual Lich Queen. She commanded him to save her. He ripped his face open and his skull went flying about. So we had to battle the flying skull and the body, and several hordes of pickled goblin fingers that were erupting out of the body. We managed to eat the body. It turned out it was out of the orgy mage, so he was still around. And then there was a pixie, and we don't know where the pixie came from exactly. But we managed to beat him, push forward where we found a whirlpool. So we tied up the llamas, and in the center of the whirlpool, we saw that there was some sort of stairway down. So we tied up the llamas and flew to the center of the whirlpool, and went down these crystal staircases. At the bottom of that, we went through some double doors where we could hear some talking. Once we got to the other side of the double doors, the talking turned out to be Rothgar and the barkeep, and Rothgar's mug was fixed. And the barkeep did say that we were on the right track for purposes of finding the Lich Queen.
All right.
Didn't the barkeep also infuse us with some kind of power or something, which explains why some of us jumped up 3-4 levels?
Yes.
So when that happens, Aaron's body starts to convulse a little bit, and then these spirits begin to fly around him, lifting him up into the air. And then he falls into a heap. And when he rises to his feet, the flames that surround his face are now more of a bluish tint. And he just seems kind of shaken.
You know, former Soul Wrench, you just keep getting weirder.
What do you mean? I know Kung Fu.
As you guys have received your blessing or curse or whatever it is the barkeep has given you, Kaylin and Jacques appear through the same hallway.
Well, hello.
Hello again.
Have you been up to any shenanigans?
We have Keel and Neith are exploring some sort of tunnel. It looked rather dangerous and fraught with peril, so I figured they were best suited for this.
Is it a tunnel anywhere around here where we are?
Yeah, it's back here in the back. There was a big sign that said "Keep out."
It's back here in the back.
Can I also just pause for a minute to just admire Kurt's vest? That shit is dope.
That is pretty.
All right, so you guys are in this open cavern area. There is a set of double doors ahead of you, and then there's this passage where everybody seems to be coming from.
Describe that again.
You're in this open cavern, and ahead of you are a set of double doors. And then there's a passage where you came with the bartender, and now Jacques and Kaylin have come from.
Gotcha. It's only one way forward.
Well, the double doors only lead back to the staircase.
Well, this is a second. This is a set forward.
Well, it seems we can move ahead this way.
Might as well. So I'm going to push open the double doors.
Okay. They make a creak and a cracking noise, and they open up into another large cavern room. But this has 9 iron doors going around in a circle.
Nine, including the door we came in? Or
Not including the door you came in.
And are the doors that we came in different than the other ones?
These ones look like singular doors, but you can tell that they're iron.
Walking and we detect, I cast detect magic to see if I can sense anything from any of the doors.
Oh yeah, you can sense definite magic in this room, and you can sense the undead.
In the room or behind the doors?
Definitely in the room. It's hard to tell if it's generating behind the doors or not.
So I can feel that there's undead in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't see them.
No.
Alright, well then I'm going to cast the spell. Call my friend. Conjure animals.
Okay. All right. Alrighty.
Oh, I did forget that for my summary, that we discovered that Theria had a child.
Important point we missed.
There's no evidence that what that child says is true.
So from across the room, from behind one of the doors, you can hear some music being played. It sounds like an accordion.
Behind one door or behind just in general, like outside of the room?
Behind one of the doors. If you were to count from your right, it would be the third door.
Is it safe to assume that the bartender did not follow us?
Yeah, he's got other more important things to do. Yeah, he left.
Okay.
How high is the ceiling in here?
60 feet.
Okay. And I have Velaroff with me, right?
Yep.
Alright. Did the little child appear?
You can see a hand coming from the dirt in the floor, like pulling out, like she's pulling herself out.
Alright, when she pops up, I want to talk to her.
Okay.
Is there a sense of how thick these doors are?
How what?
Thick these doors are?
Yeah.
Does it look like they're like pretty heavy? Like
Yeah, pretty solid, like trying to contain whatever's in there.
Gotcha.
All the doors are identical?
Yes.
Can we see any kind of locks on the doors, or kind of mechanisms to keep it closed?
You could probably guess that there's some kind of arcane lock maybe on there.
We know, is there anything on the ground that would lead us to believe that there were others in this room before?
If you want to make an investigation roll.
Oh,
Could I-
that's a
maybe-
16.
maybe-
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of trying to check the dirt and check the kind of doing a not extensive search, I would say, around the room, but just enough to get an idea that there have been people in here. There's definitely been activity. And as you're just kind of looking around, assessing this, you can feel the floor drop. And the outer ring of where these metal doors are, drop like a foot. And you can see like the water is starting to bubble up onto where you guys are standing.
So the outer ring dropped and there's water coming inside.
Yeah, just very, very minimal amount. Almost like the outer ring has just dropped into the water.
Gotcha.
The outer ring of the floor?
Yeah, kind of like where you guys are standing, and the ring where the doors are, it just drops down. So now instead of the door being at this level, it's dropped a foot.
Was it like a sudden, just like a sudden drop, or was it?
Yeah, it was a sudden drop.
Did the ceiling above us drop as well?
No.
Yeah, wait, so the floor and also the doors and the walls all dropped a foot.
Yep.
So it's like
But
the
the ceiling
center
did
of
not
this
drop.
room is on a pedestal almost.
Yeah.
And the doors and stuff are kind of
Yeah.
falling.
But
Some
the ceiling did not move.
Correct. So there is some water now seeping into this room, but it's not like flowing in here.
Could I maybe do like perhaps a survival to see if there's any tracks that lead to one door more than any other?
Okay.
$16.
That doesn't help me at all. Yeah, the door straight across from you seems to have a lot more tracks to it, and they don't look like footprints. They look like wheel marks.
So as Rothgar is checking the floor and everything, Aaron kind of looks like he turns his head as if he's listening to something, and then he says, "Oh, good call. Sully, do you still have Bigby's powder? Could that maybe help us in this situation?"
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be sprinkling it on dead bodies, but I really don't know whether or not it's on every single track or what all of its properties are.
There was
We'll sprinkle it on the floor and see if it shows us anything.
There was music coming from one of the doors, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Is the music coming from the same door as the tracks?
Nope.
So we have the one with the most foot traffic that we can see, and then we have another door
That's
with
music.
music,
Yep.
and all the doors are sinking into water.
Yeah, that's what you have figured, that they are kind of dropping into the water.
I'm gonna.
Does it just seem like normal water,
W-
or is there?
Well, when you saw it before, it looks very similar to the water you saw up top side, and that was part of the waterfall. It looks crystal clear.
I'm gonna knock on the door where the music's coming from.
Okay.
but like stand off to the side, kind of.
Okay. The
To where
music
he
stops.
has to where he has to like kind of stick his head out to see anybody.
Yeah, the music stops.
Meanwhile, Aaron is just really confused by the architecture and the engineering, like what purpose this might serve. So, one, has he, in his travels or anything, has he ever encountered anything like this? And can he try to guess what purpose having doors sink into water might serve? Or is it just absolute confusion?
I mean, you can always make a roll.
Alright. Would that be just intelligence?
Yeah, just make an intel roll, yeah.
Surprisingly not terrible. 15.
Okay, so let's say Aaron kind of figures that this is some sort of mechanism to submerge whatever these rooms are into water. So it's there's probably some kind of lever or some kind of system set up to fully submerge this. So this is probably not the first step. It's probably going to continually keep moving.
And where were we sensing that from?
What?
Where were the undead we were sensing?
It's an undead presence in the room.
Okay.
Is my kid out of the dirt yet?
Yeah, she has extracted herself from the dirt and dusted herself off. She looks like a small child. And she stands and looks around.
Child, come over here.
Very well. And she stands next to you.
Hasn't anybody ever told you not to talk to strange children that come out of the ground?
That's her daughter.
You called me mother earlier, but I don't know you.
But I know you.
How do you know me?
Because you're my mother.
Is this something that's going to happen in the future that I haven't experienced yet? Because I feel like I would have remembered having a child.
How quickly we forget things.
All right, well, maybe you'll tell me later when you feel like it, but I called you for a specific reason.
Are you going to kill all my friends again if I find them?
Well, so that's why I called you, because I feel like there are your friends here hidden, but we can't find them, and I'm curious if you can help us. Why do I sense so many of your friends around here, but I don't see any of them?
Well, they're everywhere around here. And then she points her finger up to the ceiling. And as you start to look at the ceiling and on the rock, like jagged pieces of rock, you can see 1, 2, 3, like 5 bats are sitting up. She's like, they're all up there.
The bats?
Yes.
They're your friends? They just look like bats to me.
They're my friends.
Do you know why they're here?
Because they're watching you.
Ah. Well, do you know why they're watching us? Did the
Because
Queen send them?
did the Queen send? They're here to protect the Queen.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Can you tell them to go away?
Why would I ask my friends to go away? Why don't you go away?
Well, because he's my friend.
Well, he's mean.
I'll knock on the door again. Tell them this is.
Child, do you know why these doors are sinking?
I don't know. Maybe it's a game. Don't you like games?
I figured it was something like that.
Kid, what's your name?
Ask Mother. She knows my name.
I don't actually.
Or have you forgotten already?
I don't know your name. I was going to ask you what I should call you. I feel like that would have been a little rude. So what should I call you?
Apparently a motherless child at this point.
The back sass is epic.
She's getting old. They just grow so fast.
Your child is very
Oh,
strange.
no, they're attacking! Attack!
Did I almost spit my coffee on all?
Here, your child is strange even by Mind Flayer standards.
Hey, quiet. That's my child. Apparently.
Uh,
And what's her name?
Moonflower, are you going to investigate the water or just observe it from a safe distance?
I'm investigating.
Okay. So it's seeping out into the room, so what are you going to do exactly to it? What?
I'm gonna bend down and like.
And wild dogs attack you!
The hell?
Just bound out of the water. To check, I want to check for the viscosity of it, the way it makes me feel.
Okay. All right. Give me a con save.
Actually. Oh, damn it. I got a 1, a natural 1.
Okay. You can choose to. You have inspiration if you wish to.
I'm going to use that inspiration.
That's probably a good call.
Not premature, but I'm going to go for it.
Well, you need somebody to drink this water for you, man?
12.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you touch the water, your hand starts to turn black. You take 2 points of necrotic damage. Yep. Then you.
Can we see where the water is seeping from?
Yeah, where the outer ring, the ring slipped down, that crack in between where you guys are standing.
It's just
coming up.
filling up from underneath.
Yeah, but just
Oh.
a little bit. It's just kind of seeping out. It's not pouring in at this point.
Okay.
Aaron goes over to Moonflower and asks, "Are you all right? What happened to your hand?"
This water appears to be cursed. I am unsure of its origin, but I'm a little concerned.
Wait, so has anybody actually tried to open one of the doors yet?
I was about to ask, is there a door handle?
Yeah, there's a large handle on it, but as you,
I don't want to like step down. Is it like, I don't know how far from the wall it is. If I can like lean across and open the door, seeing his hand turn black.
Well, the water. Just think of just a crack in between where this, the door and the floor is. Just a crack where the water's seeping in. It's not a huge gap.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could walk right up to the door and look down and see the water kind of seeping in.
Okay.
So as you approach the door, you hear like some splashing noises on the other side, like somebody's walking. They come up to
Okay.
the door, and you hear a, "Hey, what do you want?"
Just ask you a few questions.
Go ahead.
It's the Shadowfell census. I need you to please step out, please.
Land shark.
Starts
Candy-
playing a
Candy
very starts playing a very sad tune on his accordion.
That's the room straight ahead of us with lots of footprints, or the one
The one
the third
next
one
to
to
it.
the right?
Third one to the right.
Okay. Can I check the door with with the wheel prints rather?
Yep.
Does that door have a handle?
It does, but you can tell it has an arcane lock on it.
Was it magic lock?
Yep.
Anybody have lock picking? Or knock?
Perhaps this might be of use. So Aaron goes over to the door and whispers into the air, and then touches the lock, casting Identify, to see if it will grant the code word or whatever mechanism to open the lock.
Yeah, with some sort of dispel magic or knock spell, you can open it.
Okay.
I don't have either of those spells.
No random chime of opening.
So apparently this lock was not meant to be opened unless by force, except by force.
Child, can you open this lock?
No, but I can walk through.
Can you tell me what's on the other side? Maybe a lever or something?
That's what I would assume you would want to know.
Thank you. Can you please do that for mommy?
Yes.
I have dispel magic. As of this, I'm not sure if the information knowing to open these doors has been told to the whole party or if it's just been.
Aaron was clear that the spirits have told him that the lock was meant to be opened by force.
Then I respond that I can open these doors if you need, or at least a couple of them.
Do they all have the arcane lock or just the one?
They all appear to have it. At that point, you can see the same thing happens, and the room drops again, another foot.
So we're going to need to figure out which door we want to go through, because we can't cast Dispel Magic on all the doors.
Yes, I can cast it at most twice. So we must pick at least one, no more than 2 doors.
Now, let's see. You can hear pounding on door number 7. Well, more of a tapping noise. And on, let's see. Well, we know about door number 3. Roll it again. That'll help us. Yeah, and door number 1, there's pounding.
Door 1, pounding. Door 7, tapping.
Yep.
Door 3 is the music.
Yep.
So I'm going to go over to door 3 and I'm going to say, excuse me, do you know why paladins prefer chainmail?
No.
Because it's holy armor. Dun-dun-dun. Trying to get him to laugh. I figure
Okay.
he's sad. He's playing sad music.
You hear a chuckle from door number 2.
Door number 2.
So a different door.
We got door 7, tapping. Door 1, pounding. Door 3, music. Door 2, chuckle. Which door had the most trails to
Door
it?
number 4.
Door 4 had the trails, and then which one had the wheel trail?
Door number 4.
And I go over
one
to
with
door
the wheel
number 2.
trail and the foot trails are the same.
Yeah, it was wheel trails. It wasn't foot trails. I go back to door number 2 and I say, why do dragons refuse to eat paladins? Because they taste so lawful.
Door number 2 laughs again.
Aaron just cringes. Is this what passes for humor?
No, it is
Amongst
not.
your kind?
We
trying
definitely don't want to go through door number 2 because something evil is lurking back there.
True horror.
So the girl comes back. She seems to step through the dirt and now come back up. And now the door, you can see how the door is, since it's dropped, the floors remain the same, that you would really have to unlock the door and then literally rip the door off and pull it down to get whoever is out. So the girl leaves, and then she comes back through the floor again, kind of a little bit wet, shakes off, the drips of water. There's a strange lady back there. Talks
you
funny.
Ask her who she was.
She said something about she called herself Stoyanka.
I was gonna say Stoyanka's back there.
That's what I figured.
Can you ask Stoyanka to open the door from the other side?
I think she's already tried, but I'll ask her.
Thank
And
you.
then she walks over and goes underneath the dirt again.
Yeah, it died. Can dead spirits come to the Shadowfell?
I mean, I feel like we're surrounded by undead in this room, so
Is this?
I feel them all around us.
Does Aaron get the sense that this is a prison?
I mean, in some ways, yeah. I mean, why would you put people in behind locked doors and drop and sink them and submerge them in water?
Fair point.
Can we perhaps try and see if there's a way that we can stop the descent? Or maybe even pry it back upwards?
You mean like physically jam like a shiv in or something?
Right.
I think I have some iron spikes. Why don't we do that? Put like 4 of them in 4 corners of the circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hammer them in. I got the muscle.
Okay. All right. I sent an email. Did that person get the email? Hopefully, yes.
I feel a presence. It has
I've not felt
time. And I turn towards door number 7.
Okay.
We have a great enemy behind this door.
Okay.
The old lady has returned. We must destroy her. We must kill her. Again.
The old lady is behind the door. Why don't we just come back later on and destroy her? Leave her there for now.
Yeah. Seems unnecessary at the moment.
You don't understand. Her presence is galling.
I'm happy to go through any of the doors. I just don't know how to get through the door.
Yeah.
The girl returns. She says that you can't open them from the inside. You have to magically unlock them.
Well, Moonflower, you've got the keys, right?
I do. They are in my tentacles.
So which door do we want to go through? The laughing door, the sad music door, Stoyanka door, the old lady door, or there was one where somebody was knocking like they were in trouble or something, right? So which door do we want to go through?
I'm just curious, does the music sound familiar? In any way?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to make a roll on the music too.
Yeah, okay, give me a perception roll.
No, roll that one. 21.
I got a 25.
I got 17.
All right.
I can name that music in 3 notes.
All right, hold on. After
You gonna sing it for us?
no. There's no reverb on this microphone, and I can't. There's no way to put a Holy Grail pedal on it either. So.
Nice.
Lost my train of thought.
This is D&D. It's a Holy Avenger pedal.
That's right. Okay, so I have sent an email to the person who got.
Okay. Yeah, this music sounds very familiar to me. I share with the group that I think it might be Mantro.
Andrew played the accordion. I remember that.
Clearly, we have to go kill him.
Hold on, he may be the father of the little girl.
So
Then we should definitely kill him.
Oh, that's priceless.
So it seems a pattern is emerging behind each of these doors. At least as far as I can tell, the people we've encountered are important to us in some way.
Have we heard something behind each of the doors so far?
Nope.
So there's 2 left or 3?
Let's see. Let's. Oh no, you heard the laughter behind door number 2. You haven't heard 5, 6, or 8.
All right, let's go knock on each of those doors.
Okay.
Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to say to the group, do you think that the water rising to a certain level is triggering the walls to drop? Like after a certain amount of time goes by, it drops to the next level?
Possible.
Right, because I'm going to cast Destroy Water on this so that it doesn't happen as quickly as last time, unless you think that's a mistake.
Well, does the mechanism seem to be tied to the amount of water that is in here?
I don't know. I just saw it as it was seeping in, and then it would drop some more. So I'm assuming there's some kind of mechanism that's timing this, or else it's reacting to something we're doing.
There was no water when the first drop happened, so I just assumed it was reacting to something we were doing. It might be on a timer, though.
Okay. All right. Well, let's knock on the other 3 doors then.
And I'm not sure if this is really water. I mean, take a look at my hand.
I don't know where that hand's been.
It's very the water. It's a sick water.
If your hand's been in it, yeah, it's possible.
Ha 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 ha.
I would almost bet right now that that fucking Rakshasa from the Underdark is in here too.
The cardinal or the bishop, whatever it's called.
The Cardinal, yeah.
I mean, I could see. I don't understand why the old lady would be behind the door. I could see why she'd be collecting our former allies, or friendly acquaintances in the case of Mantro and some of the others. But I don't know why she would collect the old lady and the Rakshasa, since we don't care if they get killed.
Right, which makes it strange that Moonflower's adversary is behind one of these doors.
She's saying that she needs my help. She does not sound mean this time. I oddly feel, what is this word? Sad for her?
I don't know. What is this word?
I'm not used to feeling this way. I'm
Well-
not used to anything at all.
Let's get back to seeing if we can stop the descent of these doors into the water right quick.
Perhaps the lady can help us.
Also, Aaron is investigating the doors to see if it's possible that, based on what we have available, that we could just break the doors.
Wait, don't we have a magic spell to open the door?
Yes.
But we don't have enough magic spells to open all the doors.
Yeah, but we should open at least one of them before the doors drop too low for us to get through.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's see if we could stop it right quick. That way we
Well,
can take our time with it.
It hasn't moved since we banged the spikes in. Anyway, I'm going to go knock on the other 3 doors.
Okay, so door number 5, you don't hear anything. Door number 6, you hear a splashing and a coughing and then pounding on the wall frantically.
I tell Child, can you go check on the other side of this door?
Yes, mother.
And ask their name while you're over there.
Yes, mother.
Thank you, dearie.
I wonder if that peculiar fellow that we used to travel with is in one of these. Is it
Which one?
Daniel? Was that his name?
Danville?
Danville, yes.
I'm not sure why you'd say used to.
So the
A bunch of strange fellows. So what's in the last one?
you don't hear anything.
Okay, so 2 of the doors sounded empty. One of them, frantic splashing and knocking.
So the girl crawls under the dirt and then comes back again. And she says, "She is looking for you, mother, and Sully."
Did she say what her name was?
Andrea.
I look over at Sully with a shrug.
Doesn't sound familiar to me either.
She
So,
works
wait a minute,
for a
this is a-
delivery service.
What was that?
She works for a delivery service.
To
To be honest, that one sounds more interesting to me than any of the other doors.
So wait, we're on a dirt floor, and these are steel doors, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Sully, go Badger.
Go Badger, go home.
Yeah, but he's got to watch out for the water, right?
That's true.
Well, it doesn't seem to be messing with your daughter.
She's a
Weird.
ghost of some sort, I think.
She's weird.
I also summon her out of the ground.
Which she had to dig herself up from.
Yeah. I think she's just training to be a mime.
So I'm not feeling the Badger plan until we deal with the water.
All right, so I vote that we open up the door with the delivery person. How many times can you cast the spell, Moonflower?
I have two chances.
So I would vote we go and talk to either Mantra or Stoyanka, who might be able to give us some information.
Okay, I could go for one of those two.
If it is Stoyanka, and if she is alive, we owe it to her given what she went through to free her.
Dude, she killed
Do you
me.
not hear the call of the old lady? She needs our help, and she could help us.
Wait, the old lady can help us.
Yes.
I thought she was evil.
Even
Why do you like the old lady now?
Moonflower, roll insight.
I feel she
I
does
feel
not
like-
seem as she used to.
I feel like somebody's manipulating you, Moonflower. You're
That is
very empathetic to the feelings of those around you. I feel like you might be getting manipulated.
My kind do not get manipulated so easily.
Well, you also had your first emotion today, so
I walk up to Moonflower and slap him. Snap out of it.
Moonflower jerks his head back, and
Like trying to slap the legs of an octopus. Sloshing around in there.
your hand has a thin layer of mucus on it now.
Oh, Jesus.
I wipe it off on your robe.
Well, I feel like Moonflower isn't going to let us use both of these. Probably only going to let us use one, and the other one's going to the old lady. So, like I said, I'm most intrigued by the delivery person. But if you guys want to go for Stoyanka because of our connection to her, I'm behind that too.
So as you guys are discussing this, you feel the same thing, like the wall, like this ring is going to move, but what you have set up to block it stands in its way for most of it. But on the side, whatever you've put in there snaps. So door 1, 2, and 3 kind of go cockeyed. They drop off, and the other door 6, 7, 8, 9 kind of lift up a little bit. So now it's like off tilter.
Okay, so 1, 3, and 4 are the ones that are now at an angle down.
1, 2, and 3 have kind of dipped even more. The other ones
Where's-
are kind of still being held up.
But Stoyanka's straight ahead of us, right?
Yeah. So she really hadn't moved too much, just kind of tilted.
And the old lady was one of the ones that went up?
Yep.
Okay.
So the ones that are down now are probably filling with this whatever water.
Yep.
Do
And
we
let's-
hear any sounds of pain or agony as the water's going into the cells?
Yeah, you can certainly hear pounding on the door from the 1 and 2, and 3 is now some frantic music being played on the accordion.
Number 3 is the music, right?
Yeah.
Just to try it, I'm going to take out my axe and swing down towards like the hinge, or like where the handle is, I guess,
Okay.
the doorknob. I'll make an attack roll, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cocked on. 24 to hit.
Yeah, it clanks off of it. You can see that you have done a little bit of damage to the door, but it will take a long, long time to think that you could get through it.
I think we should shore up the side that's not sinking now with a couple more spikes. So I hand 2 more spikes to Rothgar.
All right.
And I say, we look like we're running out of time here. I think we've made a decision to open Stoyanka, and I don't feel like Moonflower is going to give us the other one unless we use it to open up the old lady. So maybe we should try Stoyanka first and then prepare for a fight. Unless somebody's got some other idea, because I don't know how much time we have left or how long these spikes are going to hold.
Indeed.
Yes.
Um,
Let us talk to the Stoyanka.
okay.
And I'll cast a spell magic on the. What was that, door number 4?
Yep.
I'll cast a spell magic on that door.
Okay.
And as he's doing that, I turn towards the laughing door and I say, an ogre walks into a bar with flint and steel. The bartender lets him in but says, don't start anything.
And the laughter increases even more. So you can see the magic fall off this door. It looks like an ordinary iron door now with a very simple handle to open.
Aaron, maybe you should be the one to go get her.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll
Aaron,
recognize you now.
no, I don't think
She
she
might.
will. So Arn reaches to the door and opens it.
Okay, you open the door.
Preparing himself for zombie Stoyanka vampire attack, but also.
Okay, so give me. So as soon as you open the door, some of the water comes out.
Okay.
So give me a con save.
Eek.
So do the doors open away from us? I'm assuming they have to if they've been dropped down, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that one.
I thought we had to like tear the door in and out.
All right, that one's a 17.
Okay, that's good. You take 4 necrotic damage as the water comes rushing around your feet. You look in the room and, like, stuck to the side of the ceiling is Stoyanka, and she looks and sees you, and then just kind of looks around. She's kind of like looking around you. And she starts to back up.
Stoyanka, is that really you?
Who are you? Who is asking?
You once knew me by Soul Wrench.
Where is he?
Soul Wrench is no more, but he is a part of me.
This man killed him.
I am your brother.
Yes, and then just to kind of put emphasis on it, I'll let her know. Carl, our father, has passed, but in his final act, he transformed me into the form you see.
Oh. How fortunate for you.
So I kind of step to the side and ask, would you like to come out?
Yes, of course.
We should have sent
Do you need
Jacques
assistance?
So she kind of like moves along the wall and then gets to the end of the cell and drops down and starts to wheel out and wheels right past you, makes a beeline for Jacques, and they embrace. I never give up hope.
Aaron just nods a little bit in relief that awkward moment has passed.
That's the thing, it hasn't passed. It's just
It's just changed forms.
So
This isn't even my final form.
as the laughter was increasing, did I notice that it had any effect on the door or the lock itself?
No.
Okay. That's not going to stop me from trying.
I'm gonna Moonflower cast Dispel Magic on the door with the laughter coming from.
All right, when he does that, I'm going to hop up on Felleroff in case another flood comes in. 'Cause I don't want
Okay.
to get wet.
All right. So the water, the door, you have to open the door first. So,
I'm gonna summon my wings and fly up a bit.
okay. Okay. So the door, who's opening the door?
Oh, I assume Moonflower.
I'm assuming Moonflower's going straight for it.
I would stop him. It's like you're frail. Back up.
I actually Moonflower is hesitant to get near the water. He feels the water still on his skin, and his hand is still partially black from it. So
I tell you what.
Tell me how it is.
I'll let you ride on my shoulders.
It's going to raise him about 6 inches off the ground.
I don't know if I need to have that happen. And then he starts like crouching and like convulsing, and like he gets on all fours, and then you see kind of like his back, like his shoulders kind of like moving around, and two spikes pop out, and then he sprouts wings.
You're a
Dragon
bunch of,
Man.
Okay.
a bunch
Okay.
of fucking freaks. That's what you are.
All right. So
I just,
you
I just looked at
dispel the.
Kalen. I just looked at Kalen. Just keep back, I guess.
Cthulhu has returned, apparently.
And he starts flapping them, and he is like looking around, and his feet are off the ground, and he's like, "Ooh, this feels fancy." His tentacles are blowing in the wind.
You look fancy.
They're big, leathery white wings. They look as if they've been touched, or if they're like made of frost. Thank you.
Alrighty. Is the spell? Did you use the dispel yet, or?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's already
Yeah.
been dispelled.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like a simple. It looks like
I'll
a
open the-
simple.
I'll open the door and hop like up above the water.
Whoa!
Just
Give me
to
a
the
dex.
water.
Give me a dex roll, man.
Perhaps in athletics, or
Yeah,
perhaps,
okay.
or I could do an acrobatics. It's whatever.
Okay.
I get advantage on them.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, you definitely jump out of the way, and some water comes out the door as the door opens, and then a figure comes bolting out of there and jumps out and tumbles onto the ground and gets up and is laughing hysterically. It's like worn, tattered clothes, like looks very old. It's an elf. And then Theria, those jokes are fantastical. I can't believe, though. Oh, they were so funny. I didn't know you were so humorous, and I never took that into account when we last met. Oh, this is wonderful to meet you all again.
Wait,
So
who is this?
excited. You don't remember Dust Rumble, St. Humir?
Ah,
We had that wonderful time together.
I'm gonna have to go look at my notes again.
I'm very.
the play that they in the Goblin
yeah.
City.
See, the bronze man even remembers. It was these been harrowing times, and you gave me those gifts that I kept dear, and I will have to say, Sully, those poison glands of Driders kept me alive when I was in the desert wastelands and I had nothing else to drink. I drank those, and that sustained me.
Wait, and this person came out of the door that we thought the old lady was behind?
No, this is door number 2.
Oh, the joke door opened up.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't misunderstood. How did that happen?
Your Moonflower dispelled magic.
Oh,
I thought he was doing.
I thought he was doing the old lady door.
No, I thought he said number 2.
I did say number 2.
See?
Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. I say, all right, well, if you like that one, what do you call a man with no arms and no legs laying in front of a door?
I don't know. You have to.
Matt.
Oh, this is oh my God! You're killing me. This is wonderful.
Do you know
We
how to
can go
open any
on.
of these other doors?
I think it's magic, but I'm not sure. I'm not really trained in that. I did play a magician in a small bit role that you'd never heard of. So I'm not familiar. I think I could learn it. It's a craft I really should get into. I really should learn those things. I mean, it's important. No, I can't.
Why do we open this door again?
What's in that room that you just came out of?
Oh, it's dark and dreary and damp, and it's not fun in there. It isn't.
How did you end up in there?
I was in the Demon Wastelands. As you know, I was surviving on the poison gland from the Driders that Sully had given me, and that was sustaining me. I think I was hallucinating, but I'm not really sure. I was almost killed by a group of adventurers. I told them who I was. They didn't believe me, and I almost died. And then I was snatched, just grabbed by some strange-looking. I want to say they were cow vampires, but I don't know. I was hallucinating at the time, I think.
Are you sure that you didn't die?
Oh no. I'm very much alive.
Can I tell if he's alive?
Yeah, he doesn't give off an undead signature.
So I don't need to cut off any fingers?
Oh no. I want to keep all my digits. It
All
may
right.
give me some character, maybe in a role or something I might need to do, but and then I was here, and then I was imprisoned. It was very harrowing, and then you came and saved me, and I owe you everything.
Did you have any interaction with anything since you've been imprisoned in this place?
Well, I know that the door over here, this door next to me, the one you have not opened yet, there's a very nice drow in there. He was very nice to me when we met, I think at the same time. He's from the Underdark, so I'm not really familiar with their methods, but he was very nice.
Does he have
The one at number one?
2 hands?
Yes, you would call it. Yes, Rothgar, you would number one. Numbers are important. I'm glad you're learning. That's good.
Did he have antlers on his head?
No, I don't think so.
Did he have 2 hands?
He never got frisky, if that's what you're asking. No, he
Somebody chopped off one of his hands.
No, he wasn't missing any hands. He talked a lot in the third. I think he called himself the Cardinal or something, if that makes sense. But anyway, he's over there. He was a nice fellow. I don't know if we can get him out or not, but
He's not a nice fella. So we probably
I'd like
don't know.
I'd like to kill him.
So-
okay. Oh,
All of our various enemies behind whatever door they're behind.
So Moonflower, why did you not open the old lady's door?
I think I should be able to open up her door.
because Moonflower appreciates the theater, and she
Oh, no, I
knows
wasn't
how
making any
important
point about
my
you.
role is in the future of telling your story. So I think it's critical that I was released.
So
I'm going to put it this way. Whenever I spoke with the bartender, he said he had need of a couple of things that needed the dust on it. A Rakshasa being one of them. Happens to be one right here behind this door. Help out the bartender, more likely to help us out later on as well.
which door is that?
Door number 1.
Are you talking to me or to Des Rumble?
Just no to have the party here.
While you guys are doing that, Aaron is going to attempt to commune with the spirits. So he's gonna sit down and then cast his last 5th level spell slot to cast Scrying. With the hope of maybe using that spell not to necessarily look for a specific person, but to see if I can get a better sense of the architecture and the engineering to understand how the sinking might be stopped and whether there's a mechanism to open the doors. And if possible, who is behind each of the doors?
That's a lot.
Yeah, but, 5th level spell.
Okay.
Look, can I just ask a Moonflower a question really quickly before you do that? I thought you said you only had 2 castings of this, but you've used 2. So why do you think you can open any more of these doors?
Higher spell slots.
Create third level spell slots.
I neglected some of my additional sorcery powers that
So-
could allow me to cast up to 3 more times.
Okay, so we have 3 more doors we can open. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
All right. So. Okay.
I mean, technically, we could also disintegrate these doors if we want to throw all our magic and free in everyone.
Yeah, I just don't know how else to move forward with this, so I'm hoping that this kind of,
So there was a whole
Right.
passage that people were going out of we didn't explore.
yeah.
And the
So
whole shadow fell upstairs.
There were 2 doors with no responses at them.
Yeah, I was gonna send the kids into the kid into those rooms if you guys are all right with that. What were the ones that didn't make a noise? Was it 6 and 8?
I have 5 and 8.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask her to check out behind door number 8.
Okay. And then she crawls under the dirt and disappears. She returns and she says, "There's a very scared elf back there. He had me pick up pieces of his novel that were floating in the water."
We don't need that door.
All right. Can I send her behind the other one that didn't have a noise? Was it 5 or 6? I thought it was 6, but whichever one doesn't, we didn't hear a noise from.
Yeah, it was 5. Okay. Yeah, she does the same thing.
Moonflower is just kind of testing out his wings, and he's like, he'll fly up to the ceiling, and you kind of just, he'll like start going down, and he'll yawn back up, and he's really just
Okay.
As you
exploring.
fly the first time, I'll be like, "Hey, Moonflower, there's vampires up there."
Okay, hold on. Answering emails here.
There's undead bats up towards the top there, so be careful.
Those bats seem to be spies of the Lich Queen as well. So
Okay.
Probably vampire cows. Probably.
Aaron whispers thank you to the air, and then gets up and goes to open a door that was not apparent to anybody else. And then through that door attempts to disable the mechanism that is causing the lowering and also pull a lever.
It
You
drops
go-
faster.
Between door 4 and 5, there is like a secret passage, and that's what you open. And when you open it and look out, there's a small passageway, and it leads into another large cavern area. And there looks to be a dock.
Okay.
did he stop the floors from or the doors from falling?
Yeah, he disables the mechanism. The doors will not. It will not sink any lower.
All right. So then Aaron's going to pop his head through and says, "Who wants to join me to explore this new area?"
Just gonna leave these other folks in here.
For now. I think there may be a way to open a couple more doors over this way.
I'll go with it.
All right.
The old lady is still in the room.
Well, we can let us go in
She'll be
this
fine.
other room here through this small door she can't get through, and then you can let her out.
What did you say? I'm sorry. You sound kind of far away.
Let us all get through this secret passage that's too small for her to get through. Then you can let her out.
Fair enough.
So when you guys go through that passage, the secret passage that Aaron opens up, it's a huge cavern, probably 150 across and like 100 high, and there's a dock, and it's just like a underground lake. And when you look
is there
to
anything
the
tied to the dock?
when you look to the right, you see there is a boat there that looks very. If Sully's out there, he'll recognize the boat.
Yeah, I'm out there.
Yeah, you.
Is it your
recognize
boat?
You recognize it.
Is it the Jezebel?
Yep.
Is there anything else of significance in this cavern? How would the boat have gotten in here? Can we tell?
I mean, you could probably draw some conclusions from that. You could take some guesses and figure that out.
Can we see that all four walls, like, or does the lake lead somewhere?
Yeah, it leads like straight ahead.
So we can't see where it goes. Like
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So the boat probably sailed in here then.
So I'm going to go on board the boat and start looking for people. Specifically
Still-
my wife and daughter.
Still a little bit uncomfortable that we didn't open the other doors.
Well, we may be going back because his wife and kid are probably in there somewhere.
So, Peter, you mentioned another secret. Where was that located?
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't even need this. Yeah, there. You find a secret lever
Mm-hmm.
that's in the wall, and you realize that it will open two of the doors. It will take the arcane lock off two of them.
How does it determine which two?
You choose.
Interesting. So it seems to be a magic lever. So I point this out to the group and say, the spirits tell me that this lever here can open two doors of our choice.
All right. So let's go through what we know then. There's who's the book guy? What was that guy's name?
Danville.
Yes.
Danville. There's Mantro. There's the Cardinal. There's the old lady. What are we missing? Did she come back and tell me what was behind the other door? We hadn't heard anything behind. Did I space on that?
No, I didn't tell you. She returns and says there's a very nervous young human in that room, and he mentioned something about suing the pants off them.
James Lighthouse.
And there's the delivery person. I really want to know what the delivery person has for us. Can we choose that to be one of them? I know Sully's on the boat, but does anybody else have an opinion?
Moonflower never left the room. He's been staring at the door of the old lady this whole time.
Well, yeah, we're still there, I guess, because Aaron just went back to look at this magic lever, right?
Was it lever in the cavern or was it in the room?
Yeah, I was against the wall.
Okay. So of the 9 doors, we know Danville, Mantro, Cardinal, Old Lady, Stoyanka, James Lighthouse, delivery person. Yeah. What's that dude's name? Rough Muffin?
What?
Dust Rumble.
Dust Rumble.
Muffin. Worst pet name ever.
Is that all 9?
No. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one left that is still unknown.
Wait, so for the last door, Peter, have we heard anything or seen anything yet with that one? I honestly can't remember.
Is that the one with the accordion?
No,
Okay,
that was
so-
Metro.
So door number 1, they told you it was said the Cardinal. Door number 2 you've opened. Door number 3, that's where you've heard the person play the accordion. Door number 4 was open. That was Stoyanka. Door number 5, you believe, is James Lighthouse. Door number 6, delivery person. Door number 7 is the tapping, and I believe is the old lady, the White Dragon. Door number 8, I believe, is Danville. And there is actually a door number 9, but there is nothing behind it.
Oh, so I can send the child back there, but she hasn't found anything?
Yeah, she comes back and says empty.
All right. Yeah, I would really love to see what the delivery person has for us. And out of the rest, I guess we can let the writer guy out. And then if Moonflower really needs to get in to see the old lady, he can use one of his spells.
Is that choice amenable to everyone else?
I'm on the boat.
Right.
I know Hrothgar wants to get at the Cardinal so that he can. So I guess that's the choice.
Yep.
The Cardinal or the author or somebody else for the second slot. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the second one. At this point, I'm so curious about what's in that package for me. Me and Sully.
All right. So do we want to do the Cardinal and the delivery person then?
Okay.
I'll just yell back from the deck of the boat. You know, Mantro was at least a decent adventurer.
Was he?
Yeah.
He got turned to stone.
Right.
Yeah, but before that. And if you remember, Soul Wrench was once turned to stone.
Yeah.
Not me. That wasn't me. That was Soul Wrench.
And he meant to do that.
Oh, I was
right,
quite
let's-
aware. I was unimpressed.
Let's go ahead with the delivery person and the Cardinal, and we can still get Mantro if we want. Because Moonflower has 3 more spells.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the door shut for the Cardinal to make sure he doesn't just burst out and start causing havoc. Because I want to.
Right, but that's only going to last until he charms you again.
No.
Attack hysteria.
He can't charm unless he could see me, and I'm gonna cast a spell to prevent that.
So, wait a minute. The Cardinal, that was that Rakshasa that we killed in the desert?
No.
The different
Or-
Russia.
Okay. So before my time with the crew.
Yeah.
He was the beginning of the running joke of Theria getting attacked by Hrothgar.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's gonna be really hilarious now that I have 3 attacks.
All right. So, Hrothgar, you make your preparations. I'll go pull the lever.
Yeah.
And then Aaron, if he needs to, his cape becomes the wings and he'll fly over and pull the lever. And as he does that, he'll make sure that he sends his will through the lever to release the Cardinal and the delivery person.
Okay, so the door to number 1 opens, and
That's the one with the rock shots, though, right?
correct. Is that the one you want to open, right?
No, I want to hold that one shut.
Okay, it is held shut. The door to number 6, the delivery person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that door opens. and a
Okay.
girl in some kind of uniform comes jumping out, avoiding the water.
I'll try to grab her hand from Filleroff so she doesn't fall into the water.
Okay. Natural 20. So she grabs your hand and is right on the horse.
All right. I heard you were looking for me.
Oh, it's been such... I hope you're Theria.
I am.
Oh,
Who are you?
Oh, Andrea. I work with Frozen Gulch delivery service. I hope you've heard of it.
Sure. Yeah. Your tenacity in delivery is unparalleled. I'll be sure to tell your superiors what an excellent job you've done.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. And she reaches into her pocket and she's got some kind of like folded note out, and she hands you 5 silver pieces.
What's the 5 silver pieces for?
Sorry, the note's all smudged, but there was... I can't think of his... It's been such a harrowing trip to here.
Is this from my beer company?
There, he mentioned it, something like that, yes. Yes, he mentioned the beer that they sold. That was your take, and I had to subtract some for the shipping and handling, and basically bought myself out of slavery a couple times, but that's all that's left.
That's fine. I'm just happy to know that the beer interest is doing well, and someday we'll go back and it was mead beer, right? So I mean, some sort of like honey mead or something.
Yes, that was done in the Underdark.
I recall. You must have traveled very far.
Yes, it was very, very long.
Is there any way that we can help you to get back to where you need to be?
Anything?
I don't suppose your employer gives you like a recall spell or something to get home.
No, what's that?
Well, look, I'm just glad to get the information. You can keep the silver, and I'll give you an additional gold to help you get home.
Oh, thank you so much. Do you know where the Sully is?
Sully is out in the boat there, but I'll fly you over there. So
Oh, I have a box for him. It's apparently very important.
I'll fly us over.
What's in the box?
Don't my wife's head in the box.
Oh God.
We opened the worst door.
All right, so we land on the deck of the ship.
Okay.
Sully,
Yeah.
come on out. Got a delivery for you.
Have I found anything on the ship while all this was going on?
I sent you an email. And
I offer her a drink while she's waiting.
she thanks you over and over. And
After rifling through that thing that I found, looking for valuables, I need money. I will go up to see this delivery person.
okay, and she looks at you there, and she opens a note, and she says, "Oh yeah, he said this is from Rocky. He thanks you. The beer is a big hit."
Excellent.
And she hands you a package.
I will open it up.
Okay. It is. You open it up. It is matching shirt and pants, casual wear.
Worst door.
Entered the worst timeline.
Well,
It was given to me by a strange gnome.
Yes, I figured it was from a strange gnome.
there any other kind of gnome?